Should we bulk first or cut first when we're trying to get to that ideal physique, right? And that determines on where we're starting from. So as someone who's done this for 10 plus years, as far as like working out, body transformation, and also is a personal trainer who trains over 30 clients a week, I've got a good understanding of, based on the individual, where people should start, right? And so there's two avatars. There's an avatar who is like skinny fat, and just wants to be built, but doesn't have a lot of muscle in their body. And then there's the other side of the coin where you might have been working out for a while, you might have got some muscle on you, but you are overweight, right? And depending on which side of the coin that you're starting from determines which direction to go. So let's say you're starting overweight. And if you're overweight, let's say you got 20 pounds to lose. We want to knock that weight down as much as we can. So we're going to cut first if we have body fat to lose, like a nice amount. If you just got like 5 or 10 pounds, that's no biggie. But if you got 20, 30 plus pounds to lose, we want to get as lean as possible before we start building muscle, because once we're building muscle, because we're going to be in a caloric surplus, we're most likely going to gain fat too as well. And we don't want to gain fat while we're like already overweight. So we're going to take someone through a program, and I have clients that I do this with, and we're just going to get you as lean as possible, put you in a caloric deficit, and to try to maintain and preserve as much muscle as possible through keeping high protein, through working on weight training, and like minimizing the extra cardio, so that we are not in a super caloric deficit, just enough, and playing with the numbers to figure out exactly where that individual should be. But if you're overweight, like 20, 30 plus pounds, then we want to lose that body fat first and maintain as much muscle as possible. Once we get to a point where like 50, 60, 70% of that weight is gone, depending on like how easy it's coming off, how you feel once you start to lose the weight, we'll get to a certain point, not 100%, we'll get to a certain point like, all right, I feel pretty good. I had 30 pounds to lose. I lost 17, 18 pounds. Now I'm ready to bulk up, right? And then because, like I said, that caloric surplus is going to add some pounds. If you lost 17, 18, 20 pounds, then it's not as daunting. You're not going to be as uncomfortable gaining another 2, 3, 4 pounds on the way up during this bulking phase, right? So if you got some weight to lose majority of the weight first, get as lean as you want, or like close to as lean as you want, and then bulk back up. And then once you bulk back up, build some muscle, then cut down again. But this time we're going to add a little bit more cardio so we can keep those calories high, keep those muscles fed, retain as much muscle as possible, and then use cardio more on that second cut, so that we could stay as dense and thick as we can. Okay? So it's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is someone is starting out and they're pretty skinny, right? So like for me, I was in high school, I was 160 pounds. I was pretty lean. I was super lean. You can see my abs and everything like that. And I wanted to build some muscle. So if you're skinny, man, even like skinny fat, where you might have to lose like 5 or 10 pounds, but you can eat whatever you want, not gain a pound, then you want to start building muscle first. I would recommend that, right? I recommend you start building muscle first, working on the right caloric intake, make sure your protein is good, make sure those carbohydrates are good too, and really focus on building muscle, and then using cardio like sparingly as well to lose that like 5 or 10 pounds, right? So the answer is always dependent upon where we're starting from. And then once that skinny person has built some muscle, they might have gained, like I said, a couple pounds of fat too as well, which is totally fine. But because we didn't have a lot to lose in the first place, we're not tripping. And so now we've built some muscle, might have gained a little bit of fat. Then we want to get back into a cut, using maybe a little bit of caloric deficit, maybe a little bit more cardio. The balance is important, right? You don't want to use too much cardio too fast, because the body then gets adapted, and then it's hard to use it as a tool because your body's already adapted to it. And that's another video, another conversation for another video. But basically the premise of this video is that, where are you starting from? Are you overweight 20, 30 pounds? Then let's start to cut that weight down 20, 30 plus pounds. And let's start to cut that weight down, get you as lean as possible to where you feel good, where you feel comfortable. And then we'll bulk you back up, because you might gain some weight, some body fat, and then we'll cut you back down. If you're starting from pretty skinny, and you don't have a ton of fat to lose, then we're gonna bulk you up first. You might gain a couple pounds of fat, and then we'll cut you back down. And all the mechanisms is cardio, calories, and then a combination of those two. So that is my recommendation as someone who's done this for 10 plus years, who's gotten advice from a bunch of different people inside the industry, who's studied, who's researched, and then also have real life clients at my current corporate personal training job, where I see 30 plus clients a week, and I have an 8-week challenge. I see a lot of people a week, and cutting people down who are overweight is the easiest way to go, because once you lose some pounds, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna be healthier, right? And then looking good and having a better physique will come after that. So that is my answer. I hope it answers your question of whether or not you should bulk first or cut first. So analyze yourself, look at your starting point, and then go from there, right? Even if like your goal, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be strong and built. I'm 20, 30 pounds overweight, but I want to build some muscle. It's like, yeah, bro, but like, you ain't gonna see none of that muscle unless you're lean. So let's not put on another 5, 10 pounds of muscle to make you super overweight, and then cut down from 50 pounds versus 30. So that is my answer to the question. I don't make this video too long, so I hope that helped. If it did, comment, ask some questions in the bottom. We'll keep pumping this video out. I'm a natural bodybuilder with 10 plus years of experience, and I really haven't scratched the surface of my true potential. So stay tuned, stay focused, and I will help you get to your goals as efficiently as possible, so you don't make as many mistakes as I did. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.